KFI AM 640. It's Conway Show. We have the two guys on the phone here, Dave Reddix and Steve Capper, who claim, and it sounds like they got a pretty good case here, that they came up with the term 420. And pot smokers know what that is. At 420 every night or every morning or every afternoon, usually every afternoon, 4:20 p.m., it's time to spark up a J and blow a little weed. And on 420, which is tomorrow, April 20th, that's International Weed Day. And so Dave is with us, and also Steve. Dave and Steve, how are you guys?
Hey,
Doing great.
Thanks.
All right, now tell us this story. By the way, how old are you guys?
We're both 63.
You're both 63?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. And then how long ago did you come up with 420?
This
That would be 47 years ago, 1971.
Okay. All right, so Dave, tell us the story on how it happened and how you guys became the Waldo brothers and how you just sort of hung out near a wall.
Well, to preface this, we did hang out at a wall on campus at San Rafael High School, and we'd sit up there in between classes with each other and try to crack each other up by doing impressions of other students and teachers walking by. So, hence, we are called the Waldos.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry, what school was it?
San Rafael High School in Marin County, California. It's about 15 miles north of San Francisco across the Golden Gate Bridge.
Well, that sounds like if it was going to be created anywhere, that's the ground zero for it. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, and
are you?
also
Did you guys copyright that? Is that something that you guys own?
well, we've copyrighted Waldos and 420 Waldos. We trademarked.
Actually,
that.
those are trademarks, but yeah.
Man, wouldn't you like to have a piece of 420, huh?
Yeah, just the number by itself, you just can't trademark a number by itself.
Yeah.
It would have to be for a specific product category, and you just can't go trademark. You have to actually be using that in interstate trade, and there's a whole process. You just can't run out and start grabbing everything.
Yeah, but guys, considering the group you would be targeting for using that, don't you think that half of them would believe that it was already trademarked? You walk into a pot store and you go, hey, I have 420 trademark. You guys owe me $10,000. They'll write you a check in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but you got to remember, it's federally, you can't trademark. It's something illegal federally.
Right. Just tell them it's trademarked, though. They'll buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, so so every time you see 420, whether it's April 20th or 420 in the afternoon, and people talk about it, that must make you guys feel pretty cool and nostalgic.
Well, it's a joke.
Well,
It was always a private joke. We laugh.
Wow.
It was just a private joke, but the best part about it is 420 happens twice a day.
That's right. And
By the way, there are 5 Waldos. It's not just me and Dave. There's 5 of us.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Dave and I are basically the co-leaders of the Waldos, and we usually do most of the interviews because it's hard to get 5 guys coordinated.
Right.
So we've been doing most of the interviews here. But, yeah, there's 5 of us.
Now, does anybody wrongfully claim, Dave, I'll ask you this. Dave, does anybody wrongfully claim that they are the ones that created 420?
Tim, this is so funny you asked that because I think we have created a whole cult of 420 claimers. And we have so many people that have said they started this and they met at a pizza parlor. They've taken old pictures and photoshopped 420 in them. It's hilarious.
Wow.
But they all have something in common. All of them have zero proof. And the Waldos are the only ones in the world that have proof of our first usage of the term 420 in 1971.
Hey, Steve, have you been approached by either Hollywood or clothing company wanting to put in the Waldos 420?
Yeah, we have been approached by two producers at Hollywood, but it wasn't the right fit.
Right.
So we're certainly still open. We know there's many aspects because there's a whole, not only just 420, but we have a whole backstory. 420 was just the tip of the iceberg. Our backstory, we have a website, 420waldos.com, and a lot of that backstory is there. So we've been approached, but we didn't feel it was the right fit.
Right, but Dave, don't you think the right fit, now that pot is legal in some states here, and it's just gaining more and more momentum, Doesn't the right fit seem like a documentary?
Well, Tim, we've been offered documentaries and features, but like Steve said, we haven't found the right fit because we don't want to be depicted as like stupid stoners like Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, because we had a brain in our head. We were seekers. We were always trying to experience new and funny and weird people and places. So we're different that way, and but we like to get high at the same time. You bet.
Dave Reddix is with us. Steve Capper as well, the head of the Waldos. Steve, can because it's tough to have all five of you, you're right, on at the same time. Can you tell us individually what you guys went on to do after you left the wall?
Are you talking like back in '71?
No, I mean just in life. What kind of careers you all ended up in?
I'm a real specialized commercial business lender. My company, we finance staffing agencies all across the U.S., like IT staffing, medical staffing. So that's our niche. And Dave?
And I worked for CNN for 15 years. I retired, and now I'm an independent filmmaker. And you can see my latest film on IMDb, the trailer. It's called Roots Music Americana.
And what did you do for CNN?
I was a cameraman and field producer. I did the whole OJ trial down there back in '95.
That is wild. I mean, that was very well covered and well watched.
And before that, he was a social director on a tugboat.
That's wild. Wow. I didn't know tugboats had their own social directors.
Yeah, we're both professional sources of embarrassment, too.
Hey, where did you operate a tug? Up in the Bay Area or up at the Columbia River?
Yeah, just kidding.
Oh, okay. See, I bought it because I figured that's really a cool thing to do. Hey, so what about the other three guys, and what are their names, and what do they do for a living?
We have Jeff Noel, and Jeff has been working in the wine industry for the last 35 years. He works at Chateau St. Jean now, and he's been involved in the wine industry, and he loves it.
And then who are the other two?
There's Larry Schwartz. Larry is a graphic designer, and he's a very good graphic designer, and he's been in that business for the last 35, 40 years.
He's also a printing rep.
And then there's Mark Bravich, who is Mark is a photographer. He works on school yearbooks and things like that.
Okay. And so of the pot that you guys used to smoke back in the 1970s, how much stronger is the stuff today? Dave, I'll ask you.
Oh, it's a lot stronger, man. Back then, you had stuff like Colombo Gold. That was the best stuff back then.
Or there was Tie Stick or Shake or Dime Bags.
Oh, yeah. Well, when we went to high school, it was a 4-finger bag was called a lid.
Oh, right. Sure, I remember that.
Yeah, you get something, you'd find pebbles in the bottom to make it weigh more, So you had to be careful. And the weed just was not as strong as it is today.
Yeah, I remember when there was, when the big, not invention, but the big sort of, goal and the big move for new and crazy and gray pot was just seedless.
Oh, yeah, Sensimea, when that came in, like probably mid-'70s, it was very popular.
That is great. Well,
a funny part of the story is that Waldo, Jeff Noel's dad, was a high-level state of California narcotics officer.
Oh, that's wild.
And he'd always bring home stuff in the trunk of the car.
Oh, that's great. How are you guys going to celebrate tomorrow?
Well, this year is a very special year because we're partnering with a company called Chemistry, a vape pen cartridge maker over in Oakland, California, to release our this is a launch of our brand. It's called 420 Waldos 1971. It's a quality vape pen cartridge, and the best part of all is that all the net proceeds are going to a charity of the Waldos liking, the Drug Policy Alliance.
Oh, that's great. What's a website where people can get it?
Well, I'll tell you where you can get it in Los Angeles.
All right.
Sespe Creek in Ojai, 99 High Tide in Malibu, and Urba in Los Angeles. So come on out and buy a 420 Waldos 1971 bait pen and help charity.
That is great. Guys, I really appreciate you coming on. Enjoy it tomorrow. And bonging rules, dude.
All right. Hey, and Tim, by the way, my cousin-in-law, Paul Turner, is your biggest fan in L.A.
Oh, that's great. Paul Turner?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great.
Huge shout
out to him. Hey, I'd like to smoke weed with you guys one day.
Huge shout out.
All right. Thanks, fellas.
Okay.
All right, appreciate it. There goes Dave Reddix and Steve Capper. They're the Waldos. They created 420. That is pretty cool.
Tim Conway Jr. Weeknights at 6. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.